Hello everybody, welcome back into another episode of Hoop State Hype. I'm your host, Miles Massacola. We got a lot to get to today. We're going to talk about one of the best players in the country, Isaiah Todd, a guy that kind of gets slept on a little bit by a lot of people in Jahmari Harvey, and a throwback performance from our guy, Coby White, at the North Carolina Top 80. Let's get to it. First up, we have Isaiah Todd, the kid they call Ziggy Zay. He's a 6'11", 2020 junior in high school at Trinity Academy in Raleigh, and he is a special talent, kind of in that unicorn mold of the big 6'9", 6'10", 6'11" guy that can just score it from anywhere and create his own shot scoring from anywhere on the court. He's a Team USA kid. He's been invited to all the elite camps. He's one of the top kids in the country and has been for some time. He was at one point ranked number 1 pretty unanimously in the country. He's dipped down on some. I think ESPN still has him hanging around like number 8, number 7 in the 2020 class. I certainly think he belongs in the top 5-10 conversation with what he's done not only this year but going back into the summer, what he did with Team Loaded and what he did before that at John Marshall High School up in Richmond, Virginia. He's a special talent. There aren't a lot of kids like him. He's someone that if you have the chance to go watch him, you definitely should. He's a great rim protector. He can dunk on you. He'll hit a fadeaway 3 in your face. He's just everything. And as he continues to learn how to really put it all together, he'll only become more and more dominant. So I'm really looking forward to see what Todd has in his future. Some of the top schools that he's visited recently, and there have been a lot of discussions about Kentucky, Maryland, Oklahoma State. He actually just took an official visit to Oklahoma State recently. So he's there have been rumors also about the reclassification up to 2019, but it's kind of looking more and more like that's not going to happen. But we'll see. Either way, he's a special kid that we're lucky that the Hoop State had a chance to see this year. And next up, we have Jahmari Harvey. He's a 6'5" junior at Northwood Temple Academy. And obviously Northwood Temple is known for what Josh Nickelberry did there this year, but they wouldn't have accomplished really a whole lot if they didn't have Jahmari Harvey as well. He was Josh's right-hand man in the backcourt, kind of doing another one of those guys that does a little bit of everything. He can handle the ball. He can play off the ball. He can be your primary offensive option. And he's another one that is a special talent. Just got an offer from Toledo, and I know that offer list should grow this summer. I don't know who he's going to be playing AAU with this summer. I know last year he played with Team Loaded 16U after he made the decision to go back to 2020. And he's one that next year I feel like people are going to talk about as one of the better players in North Carolina, just because he's been in the Nickelberry shadow for so long. But if you really paid attention to Northwood and watched Northwood play, you'll truly understand how important he is to everything that they do. I know he was really important in the run in the NCISA 1A classification in the playoffs there. They made it to the championship game. They lost to Greenfield by 1. And I know he was really, at some points, he was the guy. When teams would key in on Josh, Jahmari would be the guy they had to go get them a bucket. And he did a great job for them. And I'm sure he will become a much more talked about guy in North Carolina and beyond, kind of as maybe 6 to 8 months from now after his AAU summer, depending on where he plays with. But definitely keep track of Jahmari Harvey. And for our throwback performance spotlight this week, we got to throw it back to the NC Top 80 back in 2017. And we saw then Carolina commit, now Carolina point guard Coby White do his thing. And it was a special performance that he put on. I know it was mainly on the main court, on court 1. He was just hitting ridiculous step back 30-footers and making guys look stupid. And obviously that's one of the biggest camps in North Carolina that we have every year. So it was great to see him show out and be one of the top guys in the state and really cement himself as really one of the best scorers in the country. And I feel like that after a really big junior year, that performance at the top 80 propelled him to do what he did over the summer with Team CP3. Obviously, he ended up committing to Carolina, and then his senior year in Greenfield was really special as well. We've talked about what he did at the Holiday Invitational before, but going back to the top 80, everybody in attendance, campers, coaches, media was just kind of in awe watching what Coby White was doing in regards to scoring the basketball. So shout out to Coby, and that is a wrap on this episode of Hoop State Hype. We appreciate you guys watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Hoop State Network. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. You can follow me on Twitter at MasterColeMiles, and be sure to check out my work. And that's it. We appreciate you guys watching. We're out.